What's up, everybody? We're going to try something here. We are going to do a quick-ish song walkthrough of Another Stone. And we're going to do something kind of cool. We've got over here, which you can kind of see, is we've got the time code. So we have the audio file loaded into a time code so we can play it back. And it's going through a Scarlett. There's a speaker on the back side of this. Just so you know, I'm not fooling. I'll turn that down here just so you can hear it. So we got some local monitoring, but then we can also turn that down and we can feed it right into this. Feels nice. Cool. So I just think that's cool. All of that stuff's happening through a lighting console. So let's get to it. So the song is Another Stone. And there's a couple of elements that I wanted in the like phasers and just in the general feel of it is there's like this idea of a stone rolling away, and so you're going to see a lot of like kind of pan fly-ins. You're going to see some transitional things in terms of how we do the drops. And you're going to just see kind of some general theming on the 660s that it's like there's something continuously rolling away or rolling in front of the lighting, just to kind of keep that like another stone is rolling away. So I like to do that with the songs that we do, just because I think it's a nice little nod to what the song is doing. So if the lights can play into that, I really enjoy that. I like doing that. So let's get into it, and I'm going to try to keep a little bit of a running commentary. We're just going to play the song through, and it's going to be tough to see. But the cue list is right here, and so you're going to see me fire these. But we also are there's some busking things that I'm going to talk about after. So you're going to see some things that's like, it looks like there needs to be more. You're right, because there's a couple of busking things, and I'll actually just hit it right now. So when we get into, before we start, when we get into it, we're going to do, so the intro is this look, and we have the hits for Another Stone, and it's just this like left-right hit, and then I have what's called Big Dog, and it's just the sparklies, and then the next cue is this hit right after, and then we also have just some general hits that we'll add on top. So yeah, we're not going to do that live just because it's I got to hit a few buttons here, but because I kind of want you to see the kind of the bones of it, and it's just tough for me to hit these buttons and talk and listen at the same time. So I start to run out of RAM, so mental RAM. So let's get into it, and we're gonna hit play, and we're just gonna do a running commentary all the way through it. All right, let's go.
This is an elevation worship demo for internal use only, not for distribution or duplication.
So when we go into the verse, we fire everything on the one. And the reason why we do that is so we can lock in this 4 on the floor hit. The way we do that is we mark our BPM, which the song is 132, and we just set that, do a group of 4, and set the speed accordingly to lock into that kick drum. So we have this pre-chorus, where we have a little bit of movement happening. So you kind of saw that rolling across from stage left to right. And then what you're also going to notice is this pan fly-in that's moving from left to right. It's just, again, a nod to that Another Stone rolling. We're going to go into the verse again, fire on the 1. So that way we can lock in. We got this. What I like to do if there's a very prominent either snare or kick, I really like to lock into that and accentuate that. But also I wanted to keep quite a bit of that energy, so I kept the Diablos in. I'm going to go into the pre-chorus now, and it's just kind of rinse and repeat. Again, it's very similar. There's a lot of the same energy from chorus 1 to chorus 2. So we're keeping that pan tilt fly in that's sort of rolling across the stage. We've got the quantums adding energy, but then those 660s again are doing that dim fade in, or that cosine effect kind of going in. Just looks really nice. Just a nice nod to. So we have a turn cue here, and I hold off a little bit on going to it because it's almost like a double turn, it feels like. So now we're in the bridge. Again, we have on the 660s, we have this roll in, it's just slowed down because the energy's come down a little bit. We're gonna go into a bridge build because I didn't fire on the one there, but it adds this. All we're doing is we're just adding energy. We're adding some dynamics to support this song. So we have another one, and this one's called a ramp. You can kind of hear the snare coming in a little bit more. We got another ramp coming up. And that's more of it's a little bit faster, which we might actually tweak this going into Sunday. We got a drop. And that drop we're gonna massage because we want it to look like the other choruses. So again, it's this sort of nod back, this roll in, something that I'm actually going to do once we get done, is I'm going to show you how to, so you notice the 660s aren't in there, we're going to add those in. I'm going to show you how to do that once we get done. So we got a bridge tag coming up. And this is where we're going to do that left-right. Left-right hit. And something you can add. Just another hit on top of that. So it's going into a build. And this is where you can add a bunch of busking stuff. We've got the quantums carrying a lot of energy with the kind of going with the drums there. So you can add some busking stuff here, some hits. Because at the end, so some of it is, we might add some more dynamics there, but if you're noticing, I'm holding back quite a bit, and that is very intentional because the song needs to go somewhere. The song is going somewhere. So visually, with the lighting, you need to be able to go somewhere with the song. So if you're already adding all of these dynamics, all these, movements and strobes and color chases and everything like that, by the time it gets to the big, so then we're going to go to the end, and we're just going to, just kind of everything comes in and ends. So I'm going to stop that. So if you're already doing a bunch of stuff, you really have no place to go other than just adding more things. And by that point, your dynamic range isn't quite there, and it might not even be noticeable. So something that I mentioned, we'll go back to, this is the last chorus. If you notice, the 660s aren't really doing much as like what they were before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here to where we have them. I'm going to select them, throw the dimmer in the programmer, and I'm just going to hit store Q20, which is where we want it. And then we have our effect in there. Um, so the other thing that I'll do is, so this drop, if you notice, it just kind of, the Diablos just sort of go out. So what we want to do is on 3, you've got to actually put the absolute value in. We're going to grab fade, which we're going to set that to 0.25. And then I'm going to have my delay in there as well. And I'm just going to set that to 0 through 1 because I want it to go from left to right. I'm going to update that and I'm going to test it. And it's doing exactly what we want. It's also kind of popping out because I just want something, I just want it to look a little different. But then we're also going to grab our all wash and we're going to do the same thing as we're going to grab the absolute value. We already have fade and delay times in there. We're going to shorten that fade time to 2.5 and then we're going to do a 0 through 1 and then update that. And then we're going to just test that. And it's doing pretty much exactly what we want it to do as it was doing in the previous drops. So, and then we go drop it out and then boom. And then we're going to test or just check that chorus out one more time. Pretty good movement. The end ends pretty quickly. And so whenever that happens, I just like to add a few more seconds, or a couple more seconds rather, maybe make it a 4-second fade. So when it's up, it just kind of nice, musically, because the band's probably celebrating and you might be doing some, some fun, flashy stuff. But anyway, that's another stone. Hopefully this helps, and you can get some good ideas at your campus, or just in, whatever it is that you're doing. Thanks, everybody.